I started out siko najulikana, nobody knew me. Even now, I think people still don't get it. But the more I keep putting myself out there, showing people that it is more about giving back to the community. That is pageantry. It is not about glitz and glam peke. So very soon we will get more people to join on board.
Okay. Inakuwa joto nguvu Anita, Babu Mtekova at the King of Interviews 254. Karibu ndani ya The Role Model Show at the hot seat with Babu Mtekova. Na leo nimebahatika kupatana na The Queen. Atakuwa tu introduce, atuambie ni nani anafanya nini, pia to get kumjua kiundani. So, karibu sana kwenye show.
Asante sana.
So, how do you feel kuwa hapa?
I feel so happy. It's an amazing day, a beautiful day, and I'm glad to be on set.
Maybe kwa ule mtu ambaye akujua, ameona umevalia crown, umevalia sashe and look beautiful, maybe tuanze na introduction.
Sawa, kwa majina naitwa Mesri Lungato. Nimesomea chuo kikuu cha Nairobi, nimesoma economics na nimemaliza tu juzi. Lakini natambulika kwa kuwa model. Nimekuwa nikirepresent Kenya in some competitions, and the most recent one, which I have a crown for, Miss Beauty of Africa International Pageant, where I represented Kenya in Nigeria last year in September. So I'm currently the reigning queen of Africa and Kenya.
Like, says you are holding two titles, like here in Kenya, and then the general title.
Yes.
Wow. How do you feel kwamba wewe una represent here in Kenya and also ukamanaji kwamba umeenda na umeshinda?
It's an amazing feeling, but I mostly celebrate the support that I got from my friends, my family, and my country. Because it all starts with, at home. If people support you, they believe in you, that is when you get the motivation to go and represent them. So I feel loved. I feel like I am loved in my place, in my country, and that means a lot kwa sababu nikienda huko kuwakilisha nchi yangu, sijiwakilishi mimi mwenyewe, nawakilisha nchi mzima, na kwa hivyo that is a privilege that I celebrate.
Okay, kidogo tu nataka nikurudishe nyuma, tuambie safari yako ya modeling ilianza aje, ama ulijuaje unezo ka model?
Nilianza mwaka wa 2020, that is when I started competitively, but before nilikuwa na interest sana, nilikuwa naona kwenye runinga vile watu wanaenda katika hizi mashindano, but nilikuwa na hiyo uoga nitaanza aje. So 2020 ndo nikaamua acha nijaribu, whatever happens, but I just decided to start in 2020, and my first pageant was Mr. and Mr. Kamega 2020, where I participated and ended up being the first runners-up. So later in 2021, I got now the morale because I had participated in one, and I just saw it was pretty well, it went well, and therefore I got the opportunity to try out many other pageants nationwide. But the whole entire year in 2021, I never got to place maybe top, like the finalists. So it gave me a challenge, and so in 2022 I was a bit more experienced, given that 2021 I had tried a couple of pageants. So when I went for Beauty of Africa International Pageant in August,
Yeah.
I had some bit of experience and exposure, and that is when I won my first ever crown, the Kenyan one, and got to represent Kenya in Nigeria later in September, and won that one too.
Wow. Okay, ulikuwa na feel aje kuna kwamba you go to participate in different pageants, you don't manage to be the top. Ulikuwa na feel aje?
Honestly, it is a bit tough to take, but pia unaangalia unajambia this is a learning experience, so I didn't want to take it personally, because we can't all be winners, but we can learn something from each and every pageant that we participate in.
Yeah.
So in those few that I tried in 2021 and didn't win, the more I tried, the more experience I got, and the more I got to learn. So by the time I was coming for Beauty of Africa, I had a lot of knowledge on pageantry and a lot of experience. So for me, niliona kama learning experience, not that sija play sasa nisikie vibaya, hapana. Pia ni hiyo kuona wenye wana place, what have they been doing that I've not been doing, such that nikienda my next one, I'm better off.
Okay, kwa pageantry in Kenya, aina that big space yenye tunaweza sema kwamba enyewe iko na that space yenye unaweza ngangana kabisa kuhakikisha kwamba una feel I'm fighting for this, na pia government inanifightia. Melo, kitu gani na kuinspire zaidi unaendelea kuweka ile morale, unaendelea kupush, believing kwamba siku yako itafika, compared kwamba we don't have that support from the government?
Kusema kweli, I think most people don't really understand what pageantry is. Watu wengi sana hawaelewi hii mashindano tunafanya kwa nini, na tukienda huko nje tunaenda kufanya nini. Sasa nafikiria hiyo ndio inafanya hawataki kutupatia support vile tunahitaji. Lakini sasa with us models going forth and participating and winning these big titles, I think with time they will get to see the essence of this pageant and the difference it creates to CC young women and so many, even the male pageants. So I think with the more us putting effort, kwa sababu it is so hard to convince people of the good you find in your art, but the moment you shine, people can start to see that this is actually something that is worth it. So for me, naona sisi kama models tujitume kabisa, let them see that there's value in this industry that they can gain by supporting us, because we go out there and we represent our country, we don't represent our names ama our individual brands. So it is in not giving up, you just believing, because we unajua mbona ulianza your pageantry, do not forget that, because people are not supporting you. Just keep on pushing. That is what I tell myself. I started out siko najulikana, nobody knew me. Even now I think people still don't get it, but the more I keep putting myself out there, showing people that it is more about giving back to the community. That is pageantry. It is not about glitz and glam peke. So very soon we will get more people to join on board.
Pia karibu kwenye kinywaji, enjoy the drink, at least tukiendelea kupiga interview. Okay, turudi nyuma pia tuendelee, kwa sababu bado tuko kwa ile story ya modeling in Kenya in a space. Umeparticipate in different competitions, na kumekuwa kwamba na ile mentality kwamba ukienda kwa competition fulani kuna ile mambo na corruption. Kama unapata kwamba mtu lazima akutumie so that at least uweze kupata title. Mtu anaweza tumia pesa, mwingine anaweza amua akutumie kwa hiyo njia nyingine venye unaelewa. So kwako umewahi kumbana nalo mtu anataka kukuchallenge?
Lakini kitu naweza sema ni kwamba industry hizi zote, it doesn't really it's not only in modeling ama nini. Corruption, kama ni corruption iko everywhere. It is not just specific to modeling and pageantry. Even these other big industries, these corporates, these things happen. But now inaenda back to who you are as a person, and if you're a good person and if you have the talent, that should be the only thing that works for you. Mbona mtu akutumie, mbona mtu akulipe ama umlipe, na wewe you are good at something, you can prove yourself to be good. So I think when you get to a point that una feel lazima nipeane kitu ndio nishinde, I think hapo tuna lose the essence of pageantry. Pageantry is about empowerment, and you cannot push empowerment when you're buying it. Empowerment is about wewe kujitolea mwenyewe. So for me, I'd say mimi nilijituma. This is something that I love and I practice. I am good at it.
Yeah.
I don't see the need for me to buy myself into spaces. I'm buy my crown. I think that is just something that kama inaendelea ama kama you've been in such a situation, I think you should think twice and try to understand mbona uko hapo, because you cannot always buy yourself into spaces all the time. That is not sustainable. Ukianza vizuri, if you've started on a clean slate, just keep it clean. Some of these things don't come easy, but with time where penye unafaa kufika utafika. Yeah. So sikuwe na haraka.
Yeah. What are the challenges umeface kabla ufika hapa penye umefika?
Challenges ni kadhaa, ni mingi. Kama tu mimi huwa na compare pageantry na athletics kama sportsmanship. So ni kama tu venye wewe as a sport person ama as an athlete, you have to practice, you have to train. Kuna hiyo consistency, kuna hiyo grind. And that is one thing that most people don't see us as models. These are things we go through. We go through training, very intense training, catwalking in 6-inch heels, exercising, you're in the gym, mama, you're running, and it's not easy. Ni kitu nafaa ujitume, discipline. So something that I found challenging at the beginning was keeping that discipline in check and being consistent. But with time pia nilipata, I got it vizuri pia kuangalia other models what they're doing. Yeah, another challenge is financially. Like sasa hiyo kukosa pesa na kukosa support. Sometimes it becomes hard, especially if you're a student, hauna kazi, wewe ni mwanafunzi, you have to try and juggle both spaces. And if you don't get the right mentors or the right people to support you, it can get tough because you need kama outfits. Because kama teme on the competition day, there are so many categories, and all these things you need to have outfits for separate categories. But sasa pia kuna wewe working smart. Uangalie uone nani anaweza nisaidia. Si lazima ununue nguo unaweza omba. Ama being a creative, you can come up with pieces and still make them work for you. So that was one thing I found challenging at the beginning. But pia ukiendelea kusonga unapata your own ways to hack this thing. Yeah.
Okay, umeenda umerepresent the country. Umetoka hapo umeenda all the way from Kenya to Nigeria. Venye umesema ujaenda kurepresent jina, umeenda kurepresent the country.
Yeah.
What do you think it's needed to be done? Enye uliona kwamba haika hapa Kenya but iko Nigeria.
Kwanza, the first thing I noted huko Nigeria ni kwamba watu wanapenda the arts, wanapenda kusupport their own. Like Nigerians show up for their people. Mtu akisema anaenda competition na yeye ametoka tuseme kama kwa mfano mimi natoka Kakamega County. Kakamega County will come behind me to support me because I'm one of their own. And that unity, that communion is something that inaniuma, but in Kenya we really lack that. It's more like unaachwa wewe fanya, just do your thing, you're on your own. But in Nigeria, I felt that support they had on that evening night. Watu walikuwa wamekuja na their crew and they're cheering them on, and that means, because I feel like for you as an athlete ama as a model, win, it doesn't come alone from yourself, pia from the crowd. When people come to support you, inakupatia that confidence. So I feel like as Kenyans, tunafaa kukua behind everyone that is out there representing us. It doesn't matter in what field. Kama ni scientist ameenda ku represent Kenya, that is one of our own. Let us show support for him. Kama ni an athlete, kama ni our football teams, kama ni our own models going out there. Kuona that kuna people cheering them on and people that have their back, it means a lot, and that is what is in Nigeria. That's what I took from them.
Tangu rudi umetoka umeenda umeshinda crown ambayo ina represent Africa. You are here in Kenya. What do you think imechange kwa life yako compared na before?
Because the first thing that changed me, the fact that I went outside to represent Kenya. That was my first time out of the country. So your exposure pekee was the biggest take I had as a winner and as a person who's going to represent my country. And it made my life like turn around, because once you're out there, you see what life is outside your cocoon, outside your comfort zone. Pia inakupatia your motivation kona, I can do more, I can work with people from across the board. I can't just restrict my mind to working with people in my community pekee. We can make deals people across Africa. So exposure was one thing that changed for me. Alafu pia the fact that I made friends across the continent.
Yeah.
I barely knew anyone from outside the borders of Kenya. Hata Uganda mimi sikuwa najua mtu. But unafika huko unapatana na watu and they become more than just friends, they become sisters. And sasa saizi unapata una communicate na mtu ako Ghana, mwingine ako whichever part of Africa. That inanifanya nakumbuka ubuntu, like your Africa uniting, and these things zinafanyanga you see we are just brothers. It doesn't matter kama umetoka South Africa ama West Africa, sisi wote ni watu wa Africa. So that ilini opened, my perspective opened. Nikaona pia I can know people from across the continent. It can change, and also confidence wise. Before, you see, in pageants, confidence plays a big role. Kwa sababu you need to address people, a multitude of people. You need to engage people one-on-one. You need to convince them to maybe join you in your project and all that. And if you, kama wewe si mtu wa kufanya hizi pageants, maybe ungebaki tu kwa hiyo kakuni yako, haujui kuongelesha watu. But then pageantry will force you out there. Even I consider myself an introvert, but now I've learned a few skills that helps me interact with people, one-on-one, maybe convince them to come for an event and stuff like that, which I think are very important in the current world. So my confidence ikashoot. Alafu pia some skills zenye nimegain as a pageant queen kama interpersonal skills. Kuna branding as a skill. Social media skills, and some more that I'm learning as I go. And I feel like pia iyo meet people from different spheres of the world, different organizations, inanibuild pia hata CV pia unasema mimi pia nimefanya vitu kama hizi, meet such and such people. That's a big difference.
Let's come here in Kenya nyumbani. We have many pageants in Kenya. We have many models in Kenya. But you find one thing in unique au models wako nayo. Branding inatusumbua zaidi. Unapata kwamba model atakuwa na hiyo title but haitumii venye inafaa. Haitumii ku give back to community venye inafaa. What do you think nini blame inaenda kwa nani? Is it kwa models, kwa directors, kwa pageant?
That's a tough one, but you give from my point of view. I feel like pia there's a lack of that coordination in terms of the industry too haina hiyo proper foundation, proper grounding ya to know how to do things in a particular order. So pia unaweza jipata, yes, you're a winner, you're competent and all that, but you don't know how to go about some things, because this is a pretty new thing. It's not all the time that you're a pageant winner, uko na crown bestowed on you. So the lack of guidance, the lack of watu checking up and seeing, tunafaa kuwa na ile, maybe even after doing a project, have your report. Let kukuwa na your credibility and accountability. Ndio ukiwin usiachiliwe tu hivyo, because as one person wezi manage to sustain something for long, but as a team you can do a lot. So kungekuwa na those accountability partners ama just something that we can write back home. Wewe ni pageant queen. In January, what did you do? Let's have a report. In February, what did you do? Let's have a report. And pia, as organizers, how much are you giving into the development of this person who's the crown holder? Kwa sababu I've interacted with a few models, and most of them will tell you once they win, it's like you're on your own again. But now as a team, inafaa tukue kwa round table hivi, tuseme mimi ni model, this is my project, this is what I intend to do. Wewe kama director, this is what I will be doing with you. Everyone, inafaa ikuwe like teamwork, ndio we come up na tukue in the same level. Ndio pia everyone else who doesn't understand pageantry ni nini, apate kuelewa, we have something that we are doing. Here are the reports if you want to check. This is what we've been doing. These are our social media pages. You can go and see kuna work inaendelea. So we can't really blame individuals in saying ni models wabaya ama directors wabaya. I think for me ni lack of teamwork, lack of cooperation, and that is something that we can work on.
Tukirudi kwa modeling yetu industry, tuko na ile nini ni ku-recognize na gavamba ni Mr. and Miss World Kenya. Menelewa. Do you think kwamba Mr. and Miss World, the current winners, wanafaa kuwa responsible kuleta models wote pamoja na kuwakalisha, kuongelesha?
No, I don't think so. I feel like kila mtu in their own capacity, there's something they can do. Because kama when you win our Miss World, that is a different pageant, yes, but sisi wote ni pageant models, right? Na our ideas are different. So tuwezisema tuachie Miss World winners ndio wakoe responsible for all the others. Oh, sijui come, let's sit down. I think for us ni let's just work. Kama mimi, I'm not in Miss World, but I'm a winner. I'm a pageant queen. I have my own capacity as a winner. There's some things I can do. Zenye maybe if you can just come together as pageant queens. But me, I feel like most of the time, hakuna hiyo cooperation. Everyone ni queen here. They want to do their things on their own and all that. But I feel like our main goal as pageant girls ni giving back to the community.
Yeah.
That is, at the end of the day, we want to give back. So it is not more about competing. It's more about we people who are living for our society. So kama we can just do this thing, kama we can partner, because it's not easy kama ati, oh, we are doing for profit. This is a non-profit thing, and we can always work together for a bigger goal, because we are all representing a big country. Na kama we can engage, me, I don't have a problem. And I also don't see ati, oh, this pageant is the biggest ama nini. Hakuna ati. What matters is the impact. If you're whichever pageant you won, hata kama ni your own county or your own university, but your impact is felt, that is what counts. It doesn't matter ni franchise gani uko under. So we all have a role to play.
Juzi turudi kwa Talanta Hela. Juzi Miss World amepewa bendera kwenda kufly a flag outside the country kwa competition ya Miss World. Ungepatana na nafasi ya kukaa naye Miss World Kenya, ungemwambia advice gani?
Mimi kwanza ningemcongratulate because I know I've been there, hiyo kushika flag ya kwenda ku represent your country. But yeye ndio the person now we are looking at as a country. So congratulate her because that's a big responsibility, and just wish her all the best. Remember, we are all cheering you on. It doesn't matter because I'm from a different pageant organization and you. Sisi wote ni wa Kenya, and if one of us shines, we all shine. So go there and raise our flag up there. We are all on your back, and we know we've got it. You are our best, so represent us well.
Umeshinda, says when ni title holder. Na the position you are holding, it's for 1 year. So what will the community or the pageant ambao waliku crown and the Africa wana expect nini kutoka kwako as a title holder?
I don't know what they expect from me, but I know what I expect from myself and what I'd like to be remembered for. So hiyo ndio naweza sema sababu hiyo yao sasa sijui, but for one, sisi kama Beauty of Africa International Pageant, we champion women empowerment. To value all women. So for us, we want all the girls out there, all the women out there to know that whatever they can put their mind at, they can do. So for me, I'd want myself to be remembered as one person who championed your equality and valuing all women. And personally, I am a mentor. I want to be remembered to be a mentor. And I know that mentorship plays a big role. Hata kama ni in pageantry, if you're mentored well, if you have the right guidance, you can go really far. Hata kama ni whatever, even at school, if you're mentored with the right people, you can get the highest grades. So for me, I want to be a mentor. I am a mentor currently, and mentorship involves education. Mentorship involves you sitting down with people to understand what is their problem, because most of the time we're giving back to hata kama ni community, what is it that they're lacking. You are just going to a place, unawapatia tuseme kama ni food stuff, but their real problem maybe ni climate, maybe they have not understood or come up with a way that can help them produce food well. So it is in mentoring them that you'll get to understand their problem and then provide solutions that can help them. So for me, I'm really working at becoming a mentor, working with the vulnerable communities, and particularly deal na young moms from Kibra. So I go there, I mentor them. These are young moms aged between 13 and like 17. Literally hawa ni watoto but wako na watoto, so most of them their dreams zinaishia hapo, they can't pursue their dreams further. But then if you go sit with them, understand nini tunaweza wasaidia ndio they have a better future. Like there's an organization that works with them to train them in handy skills that they can learn and then go make money out of it. So this is something that is very credible, something that is very good and encouraging. So being part of such a program, hata kama ni mtu mmoja, you change their life, that means a lot. Because most of the time we're just talking about numbers. People want to see numbers. Kwanza with the age of social media, if you can get 10,000 likes, that is what people look at as impact. But impact goes into the life that you've changed. Hata kama ni mmoja, hata kama haijakuwa like into its finality, but it's in the process of changing. That is what counts. And so for me, I'd want to really get involved in mentoring people to help them turn around, because I know as a person who's benefited from being mentored, I know it can change one's life. Yeah.
Wow. Tuendelee na soda. Let's
Asante sana.
Matt, I see Shem. So in Kenya tuko na wale models, they're looking up to you guys ambao may represent the country outside there. Na pia ni kitu gani wanafaa kuangalia wakati wana choose zile pageants wanataka kujoin? Kwa sababu unapata ndio Kenya size tuko na pageants mingi, but ni pageant gani unafaa aangalie zile vigezo fulani aweze kujoin?
That's a valid question. Kwa sababu nimeona pia kuna a lot of pageants coming up.
Imekuwa size imefikia kwamba uko na title moja, you open an agency yako, melo. So since when queen manage pako umeenda to present the country, so hapo ndio nilikuwa nataka ni understand vizuri kwamba ndio yule model ambaye anakuja sasa hivi ni vigezo gani anafaa kuangalia, so that at least ajue kwamba this is a genuine pageant. Ama pia do you think like kwamba sasa imefikia mahali kila mtu akipata title moja anaweza kuwa judge, anaweza kuwa pageant coach? Is it right?
Honestly, I don't think it's right. I think hiyo pia ndio inafanya our industry inadidimia, tunapata challenges mingi kwa sababu everyone wants to start their own thing, and I feel like we are lacking direction kwa sababu we have to have very solid foundations. Why are you starting this pageant? What are you trying to promote? Ama unataka watu wa gain nini from this? You don't just get up and just start something. And you know, for ukikuwa in this my side yenye sasa ni as a model, when you go into a competition you have a lot of hopes, you have dreams and you have ambition that you want fulfilled. But unapata mtu tu aliamka akaunda tu pageant yenye haina direction. Now you're coming here with all this hope, all these dreams, then you find uko tu kwa pageant makes sense, haikusaidii in terms of getting to your dreams. So that is something that kill so many girls, so many young boys out there and their dream. Unapata people have a lot of hate kwa sababu sijui alienda mahali akusaidika, inafanya there's a lot of frustration. So I feel like people should really look into why are they starting these things. Don't just start up kitu now, you can't sustain it. If you can't do it for like 5 years mfululizo na tunaona product, you see this is the model that won, this is where she went and this is what she's doing. So as a model, if you're getting into a pageant, jaribu kufanya your background check, try and see who is organizing this pageant and try and verify their credibility. Amesaidia watu wangapi wamekuwa mentored with them. That way you'll be at least assured of something that has direction, something that has purpose. And pia mimi as a pageant girl, there's so many modeling platforms, kuna commercial, but pageantry is all about giving back and humanitarian activities. So kama wewe you are a model and you're getting here but that is not your goal. Your goal is not to give back. Then that is not your right place to be. There's so many other platforms you can get in terms of modeling. But pageants, wewe kuja ukijua, we are going back, utakuwa unaenda uko nje. You have to meet people who are vulnerable and you have to help them. So wewe umeangalia hii pageant unaenda, let me not mention names. Inajita pageant, but the cause is not verified. We can't even see what they're doing to the community. I think that's questionable. So hizo ni red flags, watu tunaitanga red flags. So hawezi jua, hata you can't trace who's organizing it.
Yeah.
Imeamka tu, maybe mtu anaweza amka hata aseme Miss Cup Kenya.
Yeah.
Just because you've seen the word Kenya, you think it's a national thing.
Yeah.
You want to go try. And pia as young models, tuko na hiyo, sijui nitasema ni hunger for crowns, sashes. Unataka tu kwenda. Okay, it's good kama tuseme for confidence, to build your confidence when you've walked a couple of runways.
Yeah.
But kama unaenda place yenye it's going to reduce your value, it's going to take away from you, why should you go into it? It's better uende kwa ile one of the credible pageants, big ones, ama zenye ziko na some purpose, ataka hauta place. But the experience you'll get and the knowledge and the people you'll meet are people who will help you even further. Kama mimi sinakwambia hiyo 2021 yote nilikuwa nauma nje zote, but when my time came, I had enough experience and good mentors that helped me now win.
Yeah. Okay, juzi Gaveli soma budget yake na kwa budget pia kulikuwepo na allocation tofauti kwa sport, athletics, kwa education, kwa security, but sisi kama pageantly hatukuwa allocated with any amount. You see, you as a pageant queen, how do you feel kwamba still government haija to recognize now while our models are still fighting to represent our country outside there?
Well, asa tunaweza iangalia from very different angles, but acha niangalie, the first angle will be, this is the first budget of this government, right? And pia sisi hiyo to make steps into getting recognition in ama getting ourselves into the government spaces ndio imeanza tu saizi. So previously hakujakuwa na hiyo, hatujakuwa kwa budget bado, but now I feel like now we are headed in the right direction, especially now that we mentioned Talent Ahead. At least a few of us were there, and the president so I'm hoping and I'm praying that in the preceding years maybe we are going to be allocated kama ni under sports and the arts, bora tukue somewhere there, but it takes time. Tunafaa to accept it's hard, but with the effort and now that we have right representation, we can hope for the best, because I can't expect it to just happen in a snap. Sasa because we've made some progress, sasa tuweke kwa budget. Pia the making of a budget takes a long time. Inafaa kukuwe na hizo nini considerations in time ndio tukue hapo. So for now I can't really blame them, and I don't think we should take it personally. Tunafaa tu kuwa positive, because with time everything can now fall into place.
What advice can you give to upcoming models?
Okay, I was once an upcoming model. So I know, I understand kukua in that, and I call it the receiving end, where you still don't understand what to expect out of this modeling, kama itakuwa the right platform for you. But now my only advice is try and understand why are you doing this. The moment you understand why you are into this pageantry thing, itakuwa easier for you to go into the right pageants to begin with. Itakuwa easier for you to know when to stop, because sometimes unaweza kwa yes umefika somewhere but unaona it's not serving you. It is also good to just know it's not working for me anymore. Let me try somewhere else. So try and understand why. Isikuwe tu ati because you have the body. Because another misconception is people, as long as they see you're tall and slim, they assume wanaanza kuambia you should be a model. Just because people have told you, you shouldn't just assume now because kila mtu anaona mimi ni model, acha niende nikae model. Have your purpose, have your reasons. Ndio, even when things are getting tough, you know why you started, so you won't stop. But getting into it blindly, utakuwa frustrated. Kwanza, now that you see it is hard to even get finances and all that. But if you know your why, you will stay on course. Utakuwa na something that drives you, because you understand I'm here because of this and this reason. So please understand why. Why do you choose pageant? Why not high fashion? Why not commercial modeling? Why pageant? Once you know, you'll be good to me.
Look at our camera and then tell something your fans ambao wamekusupport up to where you are now, and then also tell us your social media handles.
So guys out there, thank you for your support. It means the world to me, especially those of you who actually show up for our activities that we do for our communities. All those activities tunaitananga too. Sometimes we don't even have the finances, sometimes we don't have proper funding and all that, but you show up. That means the world to me and our organization. And remember that these things do not just see hivyo aziishi hapa. Once we are out there, we hit the road running, and itatusaidia mbeleni. So thank you for always showing up for me and for believing in our cause and for always giving back to community. I hope that you'll keep on the support even as we go higher and as we venture into new places. Otherwise, you can meet me on my social media handles. Instagram ni at Mesri Lungatso, so LUNG_ATSO. TikTok at Mesri Lungatso, so MESSRY. Twitter Mesri L. LinkedIn Mesri Lungatso. So basically, it's Mesri Lungatso everywhere. So let's engage. You can ask me as many questions as you want about pageantry and about life. We just grow each other here. So I hope to engage you more, and don't give up, especially you upcoming pageant girls. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and this is a big thing. Pageantry is something that can build you as a person. It might not happen now, it might not happen this year, but it will happen someday. So thank you.
Thank you. Cheers for coming to our show.
Thank you.
Can't wait to have you next time. I'll see you.
Asante sana.
Thank you for watching our show. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. Nite Babu Mtekovah, the king of interviews. Tumefunga show yetu. See you next in the next post.